Hi Facebook, hello, hi and good evening. I hope you've all had a lovely day. I am going to talk about weight loss, and weight loss is something that has been in my consciousness for such a long time, like my whole life practically, and it's probably the thing that people ask me about the most out of everything that goes on in my life. I get asked the most about weight loss. And weight loss is something that is in everyone's kind of hearts and minds in many ways. It's kind of thrown at us in every direction. So it's in everyone's consciousness all the time. And everybody wants to know, like, when someone's been successful, what their secret has been. So I'm going to talk to you about all the times that I've tried to lose weight and what has worked this time compared to other times. So I'm going to reveal the secrets. Because the fact remains that it's not difficult to figure out what you need to do to lose weight, is it? Like, I mean, if you go into like a news agent, like, how long do you reckon it would take you to figure out how to lose weight? Like, everyone knows. I mean, you wouldn't even need to go into a news agents and open a book. Like, it's all in here, really. Like, how to lose weight. You kind of, the idea is you eat less calories, you move around a bit more, and the weight should drop off, right? But then why do we have such a problem with obesity in this country? And why do we have so many people kind of fall off that weight loss wagon? Because there's probably a little bit more to it. And I can definitely attest to that. Like, I have been through multiple weight loss kind of programs, and there's something this time feels different. And I really want to share that because, like, I think that it is something that anyone can do. It's just having this little tidbit of information might just tip you over the edge to just make that little bit of difference this time that hasn't worked before. So to talk to you properly about weight loss, I need to take you all the way back to when I was about 10 years old. My dad told me to suck my tummy in. And I think that's the first time that I really realised that your tummy's not going to be stuck out like that. And, you see kids do it all the time. They walk around with their little bellies stuck out, isn't it? It's just how kids walk, that little pot belly look. And I was doing that till I was 10 years old. And incidentally, I don't hold anything against my dad for that. Like, thanks to him telling me to do that, I haven't had many back problems because, you know what? Like, when you suck your tummy in, that's not to make your abdomen look flatter. That's not the reason why you're doing that. The reason you hold your tummy in is to protect your back. So do it. It's not to make your tummy look flatter. It's to protect your back. But from that age, I kind of was aware that your tummy's not supposed to stick out. And then after I hit puberty at like a really young age, so like, kind of when you're a kid, you can literally eat anything. You're in that kind of growth mode where like you eat everything and like you just grow. And you don't really get fatter. So I was like that till I was about 10, till I hit puberty. I hit puberty really young, like that's another story. But I hit puberty really young. So I hit puberty and I was like a total carb fiend. Like, ask my sisters and brothers. If you saw me, like, when you cook rice in a rice cooker, I would like any rice that was left over, I'd just go and eat it. I love rice, I love pasta, I love potatoes. If anyone else is like that, give me some hearts and likes. Let me know, because I kind of need to know that I'm not the only carb fiend in the world. Like, I remember, I was always quite an active kid, but like we used to go to national lacrosse championships, like where we'd play games like the whole day, and in order to stay energized, I would literally take a big Tupperware full of just plain pasta and eat it. That's how much I love pasta, rice and potatoes. I could just eat them plain. In fact, my staple was rice with a bit of soy sauce on it. Give me some hearts and likes if you tried that, because that is delicious, amazing. Hot, like the soy sauce with on top of rice. Anyway, so I digress. I definitely loved carbs. So like after I hit puberty, I definitely put on a lot of weight. And like any child, you kind of, child, teenager, when you go through those years, you can suddenly become aware of like all the magazines and all the kind of pictures of everyone, and everyone's very slim. So you kind of know in your mind, this is what you should be, and this is what you are. Also, I'm from a Sri Lankan family, and this is probably true of a lot of cultures. In Sri Lanka, if you put on weight, people definitely tell you. And if you're in a culture that does this, you need to tell me as well. And I'm not sure what's worse, because in England, people will still, like, they still notice, but they say it behind your back. Whereas in Sri Lanka, they'll just say it to your face. Like, they'll be like, "Hi, how are you? We haven't seen you in so long. You got fat." In Sri Lanka, in Sinhalese, it sounds much nicer. It doesn't sound so like you got fat, but it means the same thing. Like when you leave that person's house, you're kind of like deflated, because you're like, oh my God, like I put on weight, I'm so awful. So like that is what I had growing up, you know. I'd not see someone for a couple of years. The first thing they'd say is, "You put on weight," and I knew. Who knows? Everyone knows. Like, you know, kind of when you're the person that's putting on the weight, you know more than anyone else that you're more aware of yourself than anyone else. Like, you know that you're not fitting into clothes anymore and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, like I was definitely aware that I was putting on weight. On the plus side, I was quite an active kid. Like I played in all the sports teams. I did a lot of sports. So like I always had that activity side. So that probably stopped me from getting obese. Like I was obese. Yeah, I'm Sri Lankan, Pooja. So being active just meant I was obese. I think if I wasn't active and the way that I ate, I would have been like morbidly obese, super obese in that category, because I was not in any way in control. I would happily eat McDonald's. I would eat rice, like I said, rice, pasta, whatever. And I had that common misconception that because I'm active, I can eat whatever I want. And that's like only now are people realising that that's just not the case. So like I would kind of go have an evening playing sport, and I'd come home and eat a donut or have a massive plate of rice and curry. That was normal, because it's like, well, I've done some exercise, I'm allowed to eat this. Who else has thought that? Because it is a common misconception, and we're really only now realising the importance of diet. So when I got to uni, I was already obese, having done the pasta, the rice thing. But I hadn't really done anything about it. I was kind of in denial, like, oh yeah, I don't need to, I'm alright. And then if anyone else knows what the first year of uni, like if you felt like this, again, you got to give me some hearts if this is you. I went to uni, and the first year of uni, I ate out probably 2 to 3 times a day. Even though I was in catered halls, I would eat out McDonald's. I think I ate a lifetime's worth of McDonald's in that first year. So I was even more obese. Like that was, it's the same. Everyone's the same. You go to uni and you're like, oh my God, I can do whatever I like. Let me drink, let me eat, let me just eat all the donuts and all the McDonald's, and no one's going to tell me I can't have this. I'm in control myself. Yep, totally. You feel it. It's not uncommon. Everybody does it. And I did it too. And at uni, I stopped being so active. Like, I wasn't anymore in the netball team, the lacrosse team. So, like, I definitely massively put on weight at uni. And at that point, I started to feel like I needed to do something about it, because I was looking around at friends who were, like, really slim and beautiful and thinking, I want to be like them. I thought the reason I couldn't get a boyfriend was because I was fat. By the way, that is not the reason why you can't get boyfriends. It's not down to being fat. That's a different issue entirely. But that's what I thought. Hey, I was 18, 19, and surrounded by really stunning girls. So yeah, I had self-esteem issues. I think well, I forgive myself. I'm not asking you to forgive me, but I forgive myself. Right. So like, I got to uni, and then finally, I kind of decided, right, I need to do something about it. I need to lose weight. So my first real journey into weight loss was kind of midway through uni, and I did it in a crash diet kind of way. So I was eating one meal a day, and I went to the gym every single day. And I lost a lot of weight reasonably quickly, like probably over the course of like 4 to 6 months. I lost a lot of weight. I remember coming home and my mum was like, oh my goodness, look how much weight you've lost. And I'm not sure if it was a compliment or not. I took it as such because I'd been trying to lose weight. So, but I'm not sure that I actually looked that great. I probably looked a bit wasted. But anyway, I did that crash diet and I did lose weight. But when you diet like that, it is simply not sustainable. Like, you can't do that for a long time. You can't just have one meal a day and go to the gym all the time. You can't. You just get tired, you get grouchy, you can't. So naturally, I went back to a normal eating habit, 3 meals a day, and the weight gradually came back on. Now, I kept up the gym, so it didn't come back on like to the university obesity levels, but I could tell that my clothes were getting tighter and things were not staying off. Let me know in the comments if you've been through this pattern. So like after that, like I'd started work by this point, and I then found like I found myself in a cycle of dieting and then putting it back on, dieting, putting it back on, because every diet that I chose was not sustainable. So I'll tell you some of the ones that I tried. I tried cutting out carbs. Can you imagine? Who else here has cut out carbs, being someone who loves carbs? I love carbs. I tried cutting it out, and I did cut it out for a couple of months, and I lost weight doing it, like you do, because by cutting out carbs, you cut out a lot of calories, but you just can't keep it up, especially if you, like me, love carbs. You at some point, you'll kind of get to a point where you're just like, oh, I just want to eat, and then you eat, and then you kind of go, and this is what a lot of people tend to do. You kind of, you'll have been off carbs for like a month, and then there'll be like this amazing looking, I don't know, like lasagna, or this gorgeous looking plate of pasta, or this like beautiful rice and curry, and you're just like, oh my God, I really, really want it. And you just go, oh, sod it, I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna have it. And then you eat it, and it tastes so, so good. And then you go, well, I've done it now. I might as well carry on eating the carbs. So that's what happened to me. Like, I kind of fell off the carb wagon. Pizza, yeah, pizza. I fell off that kind of not eating carbs wagon, which everybody will do because carbs are all around us. And carbs are amazing, by the way. If everyone who loves carbs has to give them some hearts and likes. So I fell off the carb wagon, and then I was like, well, I've eaten the carbs now, I might as well carry on. And then the weight would kind of gradually drift back on. I did the 5-2. Has anyone done the 5-2? Give me some hearts, likes or comments if you've done the 5-2. Now the 5-2 in theory is a fantastic diet. All of the kind of benefits sound wonderful. If you can stick to that diet, I salute you. I tried it and it was miserable for me. Like, so if anyone doesn't know the 5-2 diet, it involves you can eat whatever you want for 5 days, and then for 2 days you can only you restrict yourself to 500 calories for the day. Oh my God. Those 2 500 calorie days, like, I used to just dread them, like, and then on those days I was just miserable, especially if I was at work. And then I was tired for like the rest of the other days thinking about the 500 calorie days. So like, me and my husband did it together, and again, we lost weight doing it, but we kind of were so miserable that we were just like, we got to stop it. and then the weight gradually drifts back on. And this is what you kind of see with yo-yo dieting. You just you try something, and when you can't stick to it, you just put the weight back on. And when I and then the other thing, this happens to a lot of people, where you'll try something. So you'll be doing, I don't know, like something like the 5-2, like we did, and then on the 500 calorie day we were like, oh, you know what, we can't do it, let's just eat normally. And then we just sacked in. We're like, no, I feel so much better eating normally, I'm just going to stick to eating normally. And then the weight drifts back on. Can you see the pattern here? The fact remains, like, we all know what it takes to lose weight. We all know the theory behind it. You know, and if you do any of these things, if you pick whatever strategy you want, it will work. Like, you will lose weight, because whatever diet you want, you'll be on less calories. And you'll lose weight. The problem is sticking to it, because if you're on like a specific type of diet and then you don't stick to it, then once you come off it and go back to eating your normal diet, it will drift back on. That is just the fact of dieting, which is why it's far more important to find something that you can stick to, that you will keep doing. So it doesn't matter what it is, like, you can pick whatever. I mean, there's so many diets out there. You know, some people can do 5-2 and do it the rest of their lives. Great, do it. Some people can do the blood sugar diet and stick to it the rest of their lives. Some people might, you know, like, you get loads, there's so many things like Herbalife, portion control, I can't even think, like, anything, like, as long as it's not poisonous to you, if you do it, you will lose weight. But to keep the weight off and not go through this like yo-yoing business, you have to find something that you can stick to. And by stick to, you have to enjoy it. It has to become part of your life. So now we're coming to like the real difference, like what's made the difference now? Why do I feel different? So after I had my 2 kids, so like I'd kind of done the yo-yoing thing, like I was always a bit squidgy around the middle, like I'd eat kind of what I wanted, like again, like I kind of still was doing a bit of exercise, so I never quite got back to that like full-on obesity university level, but I never really got to a point where I was happy with my figure. And then I got pregnant. Oh my God, like part of the reason I didn't enjoy pregnancy was because of the putting on weight. I just couldn't get my head around it. I was just like, oh my God, I'm supposed to be okay with this, like this putting on weight. Has anyone else felt like this? Give me some hearts and likes if this has been you. Like when you're pregnant, it doesn't really matter what, I mean, my first pregnancy, I'll admit, hands up, I went, I'm pregnant, I'm going to eat what I like, and I put on weight, obviously. My second pregnancy, I was a lot more careful with what I ate, but I still put on weight. So like, in some people, it doesn't really matter whether you're healthy or not, you put on weight. And that was really difficult for me to get my head around. So at the end of the 2 pregnancies, I was like at the heaviest I'd been. And at that point, I was super unhappy and made the decision that I had to lose weight. But I didn't just want to lose weight and go back into the yo-yoing up and down fad. I wanted to lose weight and it to never ever come back. I wanted to find a way to sort of just lose the weight and it be gone forever. I loved pregnancy because you can be legally fat. That's one way to think about it, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't think about it that way. I just thought, oh my God, like all this time I've been fighting to lose this weight and now I'm just like letting it come back on. It was very alien concept to me. So at the end of the 2 pregnancies, I did not want to. I just was like, no, I need to be healthy for my kids, and I need to feel better about myself. And a big part of feeling better about myself was finding a way to lose weight and keep it off and not keep kind of trying different fad diets that I'd kind of do for a few months and then stop and go into yo-yoing, which is, by the way, very unhealthy. So this is definitely, if you can find something that works for you and stick to it, this is what you want to do. So that's what I made that decision. So like, what worked for me, and my husband and I did it together, because he did that classic thing. If your husbands have done this, tell me in the comments, where like he put on weight as well, because I was eating like everything that I wanted uncontrolled in pregnancy. He was as well, so he kind of put on that sympathy weight with my pregnancies. Poor guy. So we did it together. And actually, Kiri did it before me. He started, and he's watching this. He stopped eating sugar. And you have to understand that both of us love sugar. I'm a real dessert person. I love sugar, but I had seen for Kiri how much weight he'd lost from just a few months of cutting out refined sugar. So the day after my son was born, I stopped eating sugar, full stop. Just stopped it. And honestly, for me, it worked, because I was so determined that I wanted to lose the weight. That was part of it. Like, I had such determination that it had to work. In my mind, it absolutely had to work. So I didn't get the cravings, because or if I did, I was kind of like, no, I'm not going to let being heavy beat me. It was really important for me to lose the weight, so I cut out the sugar. And actually, initially, I did cut out carbohydrates for a period of time before I could start exercising. And then I moved on to, sorry Pooja, you've written but just give me a little bit more. But I didn't find that sustainable, but I switched over, because I love carbs, like I said, but I've switched all of my, no alcohol. I've swapped my sugar, I swapped my white carbs, like white bread, rice, and what's the other one? Pasta. I don't really eat pasta anymore. To brown. No alcohol yet. I'm going to come to that, actually, Pooja. Alcohol has been massively cut down. Like I said, what I've done is simple. It's like anyone can do. It's just picked one thing. I just stopped sugar, because it's going to cut down my calories. And I've switched my carbs to brown ones, which also cuts down calories. But the biggest thing is sticking to it. And if I fall off the wagon, which happens, I'm not a saint. On my kid's birthday, I made an amazing cake. I made this rainbow cake. It was beautiful. There was 6 layers: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple layered cake. I wanted to try it, so I ate it. But the difference this time was, when I fell off the wagon, I didn't go, oh, I've eaten sugar now, I might as well carry on. I ate a piece of cake, and then I thought, well, okay, I've fallen off the wagon today, but I'm going to get back on it tomorrow. It's fine. I learnt to forgive myself. I learnt that I've got to, just because I made a mistake or I did something that was against my kind of diet plan, I didn't then sack it all in and go, well, I've done it now. That's done, which is what I was doing before. This time, I just stuck to it. And there have been times I've had alcohol. I went out for dinner with my friends. We went out, I had a glass of wine. But the next day, I went back to, so it wasn't kind of, what I did was, I learnt to forgive myself. And I think that is definitely the challenging part of weight loss. It's kind of the mental side. Rather than kind of getting upset that I've fallen off the wagon, rather than kind of killing myself and beating myself up for having a piece of cake or having some alcohol. The other day I went to my friend's, she was having a cake sale for Macmillan Cancer. She had these amazing cinnamon croissants. I was not going to eat that. I had that, but that was Saturday, and then that was Sunday, and then Monday I was back to eating normally. And do you know what has helped me to to kind of change my attitude towards like when I fall off the wagon getting back on is two things. And I was really thinking about this, like two things. Number one was having kids, like because before I had kids, you'd have those bed days where you go, oh my God, I really don't feel like getting up today. I'm just going to stay in bed all day and I'm going to wear my pyjamas. And then you have children. So anyone that identifies this, give me some hearts and likes, because what happens to me now is I have the bed day, I really can't be asked to get up today. And then my daughter goes, hi, Mummy, Isla's awake. I mean, I can't really not get up. Like, my kids have to eat. I have to, they have to get food put out and they have to have their nappies changed. Like, so that is it. Like, kind of, that was a huge thing. It's like, well, that thing of like, I have to just keep getting up. I can't have those days where I just give up. Like, I can't have those days where I just don't do anything. That was a huge lesson. So that has helped with this mindset of like, you know what, okay, I was a bit rubbish yesterday, but it's okay, I'm going to be better today. Today's going to be better. And then if I'm rubbish today, tomorrow's going to be better. So that's the thing, like always keep telling yourself you're just going to get back on the wagon the next day. And the second thing that's really taught me that is starting my business. Like my makeup business, like some days I can't be asked. I can't be asked to put my makeup on. Some days I just want to look like a slob. But the next day, I'll put it on. It doesn't mean my business has gone under. If I can't be asked to do it, it doesn't mean it's not there. It doesn't mean anything. It's not going to go away. And the same applies to a diet. Like not a diet, a lifestyle. I don't want to call it a diet because a diet is something you kind of do for a short period of time and then you don't do it. It's a lifestyle. So the same applies to kind of a healthy lifestyle. Just because you don't do it one day, it doesn't mean it disappears. It's still there. You just keep going. And now I actually apply like an 80-20 rule to myself. And like I let myself be naughty 20% of the time when it comes to food and alcohol and like bad stuff. Not bad stuff. So it's kind of that in moderation. So I'm good 80% of the time. And with that, I feel good, I maintain. And now it means like at the age of 37, I feel the same way as I did when I was 10 years old, before I really figured out that weight was a thing. Like I'm happy to just walk around with my belly stuck out because I just don't feel that kind of pressure anymore, because I know that 80% of the time I'm going to be good. So I allow myself that 20%. I forgive myself. It's okay. Some days I feel too tired to do some exercise. And by the way, I only do like half an hour 3 times a week. So I don't do a huge amount of exercise. But when I do it, I commit to it. I only do half an hour 3 times a week. But if I don't feel like it, that's like there's 7 days in a week. So I've got 4 days to be lazy. So I don't, again, like if today my husband's not feeling great, I'm like, you know what, it's okay, we won't do it today. We'll do it on Saturday or Sunday. We'll do it on another day. There's 7 days in the week. We do 3 times a week. It's okay. And like I said, on Sunday, I had cake. It's okay, I had it on Sunday. I haven't had cake Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So if you're good 80% of the time, and then forgive yourself when you fall off the wagon. Don't think, oh shoot, I ate cake. That's it, the diet's gone. That's not the way you stop yourself from going into yo-yo mode. Just try and be healthy most of the time. And if you do fall off the wagon, it's fine. Get back on again and chalk it up to experience. It's fine. You know what? I enjoyed that for what it was. It's okay. I'm going to get back on it tomorrow. Today, after, who else did this, okay? If anyone watches Great British Bake Off, who else did this? I watched Great British Bake Off yesterday, and I really fancied pizza, like, so much. Pooja, you mentioned pizza. Like, after Great British Bake Off, they made pizza, and I was just like, oh God, I really want a pizza. I had pizza for lunch today. It's okay. I'm not going to have it tomorrow. I'm not going to have it the day after. But it's okay. I had pizza. Pizza's allowed. One day in God knows how long, pizza's allowed. As long as you're not having pizza 3 times a day, 7 days a week, you'll be okay. And you know what? Now I've had my pizza today, I'm not going to want pizza now for a while. You know, I'm alright with that. So that's the most important thing. Like, that is, like, I mean, it's funny because people ask me, like, what's the secret? And the thing is, there is no secret in that. You know what to do, you know? Like, you know what to do. You eat less, you move more, you burn more calories than you take in. I mean, that's the simplicity of weight loss. But what you have to get your head around is find something that you can stick to. Like, just because someone says they lost weight doing something, it doesn't mean it's going to work for everyone. If someone's found their thing, that's great for them. You have to find your thing. And it's okay, you try different things. Try whatever. Try different things. And if it doesn't work, if it doesn't work, you're capable of pizza. Yeah, no one is. Don't lie. No one's capable of pizza 3 times a day. Like, it's hard to eat pizza 3 times a day. So find your thing. Find the thing that works for you. That might be 5'2". Good luck to you. You're a better person than me if you are. That might be Herbalife. That might be just reducing your portion sizes with something like my friend Jules does meal kit. It might be something like that, which you reduce your portion sizes. It might be, I'm trying to think of other types. It might be cutting out carbs if you simply don't like carbs. It might be Slimming World. It might be Weight Watchers. It doesn't matter. Find the thing that you can stick to, and it's different for everybody. That's the important thing. Like, just because someone goes, I'm doing the keto diet, it's amazing, it doesn't mean that everyone floods to do the keto diet, because it won't work for everybody. It will work for the people who can stick to it. I know some people, you know, like, that's what happens in the papers, isn't it? They go, oh, this person lost all this weight doing this diet. Gluten-free, go gluten-free, you'll lose loads of weight. Okay, fine, yes. If you do go gluten-free, you might well lose weight. But then when you start eating gluten again, you'll put it back on. So if you can go gluten-free and you stick to gluten-free, great, do it. Find what you can stick to. If you want to be vegan, fine, do it. Be a vegan. You'll probably lose loads of weight. But can you stick to it? Find something that you can stick to. Find something that you'll enjoy. Like one of my mentors that I've met through doing my business, her name's Charlie Melly, and she always talks about falling in love with the process. Now, she's talking about it in regards to being vegan. She's talking about it in regards to business, but it applies to weight loss too. Fall in love with the process and divorce yourself from the results, okay? Because the results come. The results come as long as you stick to it. A lot of us tend to think, oh, you know, like, we start something, we feel great about starting it, and then 2 weeks later when we don't see a change, we go, oh, I'm not seeing a change, it's not happening, I'm just going to eat that donut because it'll make me feel good, and then you fall off the wagon. Just find something that you love, find something that you can stick to, find something that you enjoy, so that it's not a chore, it's not hard to stick to it, and then keep going. Just fall in love with the process. Make it part of you. Something that you enjoy, that you'll miss when it's not there. And then the weight loss will come and it will stay off. That is it. That's the important thing, isn't it? You want to lose weight and it to stay off. You don't want to go, oh my God, wedding coming up in 3 months' time, I need to lose weight for that. No, you just want to be in shape all year round so that whenever the weddings come, you can look amazing. That's what you want. So find something that you love and stick to it. Stick to it and fall in love with that process of losing weight and feeling great, and you'll definitely hit your goals. Like, I strongly believe that anybody can achieve anything, but you have to focus on it. You have to focus on it, and you have to get there regardless of what anyone else tells you or thinks. Stick to it and you'll get to it. Right, I think I've jabbered on for far too long. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed this, give me a like, give me a share, yeah. If you think there's someone who might enjoy it, find this useful, share the video. And I will see you again on my Facebook profile. Oh, hopefully my voice will come back. Keep your fingers crossed. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. You're very welcome, Pooja. Thanks for watching. Bye.